Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is the day that the Lord has made. Stop trying to be so cool, bro, and take them shades off. You got a whole pair of shades on. These ain't just shades, okay? These shades got some medication in them. I'm straight on live, acting a fool. Because it's Friday, baby. This is what we do on Friday over here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. If you're coming on, jump in the comments. And I want you to put in the comments where you're watching your boy from. Who you representing today? Are you representing the city? Are you representing the hood? Are you representing a certain side of town? Are you representing the state? Are you representing the country? Maybe you with Elon Musk on Mars, wherever you at. Here's what I need you to do. Put in the comments where you're watching from. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know. Prophet Ramon, the squad. We're live on this Friday, February the 11th, 2022, right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And guess what? I want to share with you 4 things you need to succeed. Do you really want to succeed? Do you want success in your business? Do you want success in your finances? Do you want success in your marriage? Do you want success in your family? Do you want success in your church? Do you want success in your tribe, in your community? Well, I'm going to give you 4 things you need to succeed. A lot of what I talk about on the Ramon Preston Show is really centered around biblical wealth building and the principles that you need to put to practice in order to experience that. One of my favorite scriptures in the Bible is Deuteronomy 8:18. I want you to write that scripture down. Deuteronomy 8:18. Write it down. Write it down. Don't just think about it. Write it down. Deuteronomy 8:18. It's one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. If you read it, or when you read it, it says, God gives you and I the power to get wealth. God gives you and I the power to get wealth. It is God that gives you and I the power to get wealth. Think about that. God gives us the power to get wealth. So the Bible doesn't say that God gives you and I wealth. He gives you and I what? The power to get wealth. This is what God gives us, the power to get wealth. Now, the goal is to figure out what is that power. The game is to figure out what is that power. And once we figure out what that power is, if we're able to possess that power, to acquire that power and to use that power, then guess what? We're going to put ourselves in a position to get wealth, because it is God that gives us the power to get wealth. And then if you read Deuteronomy 8:18, it also says he gives us this power to get wealth so that he can establish his covenant on the earth. And this is one of the reasons why I talk so much about biblical wealth building, about economics, about financial literacy, about business ownership, about establishing and building solid legacies for ourselves and for our families and our communities, because we need it like never before, especially those of us that are in the Black faith community. We need it. And guess what? If you're not Black, I'm half white, so I can talk about both sides. But if you're not Black and you support the Black faith community, then what I'm saying should resonate with you anyway, whether you are Black or not. So today I want to talk about the 4 things, not millionaires, but 4 things you need to succeed. So let me ask you a couple questions real quick. One of the first questions I want to ask you is, do you have a quantified version of what success is? This is a real question I'm asking you. Do you have a quantified version of what success is? So a lot of people, they have their own versions of what success is, but a lot of the versions that they're using for success are not quantifiable, meaning that they really don't have a number associated with success. So let me give an example. A lot of people, when they think about success, They think about family. They think about health. They think about, what else do they think about when it comes to success? They think about peace of mind. You know, they think about community. You know, it's a lot of things you could think about when you think about success. You could think about your faith. You could think about your spirituality. A lot of these things are descriptions of some people's version of success. Now, is that wrong? No, it's not wrong, because success should include all of these things. Success should include your family. It should include your health, your peace of mind, your relationship with your community. It should include your faith and your spirituality. But it should also include a quantifiable dollar amount or number. It should. Because a lot of these things that we describe as a part of our success are directly associated to the quality of our lives and what we have been able to accomplish or accumulate to create those qualities in our lives. So, for example, a lot of families are together, and a lot of families are broken up because of what they struggle with economically. A lot of communities go through the same thing. A lot of people's health is the same way. Some people can't afford the proper health care or whatever the case is. A lot of people's faith is challenged, and their spirituality is challenged based upon their living conditions or the quality of their lives. So it doesn't mean that success as a whole is all about dollars, or it's all about numbers or quantifiable values, but there should be a component of your description of success that helps you quantify what that should actually look like. So when I say quantify, that might be a big word, but it all means numbers. Quantifying is about numbers and or dollars. So when I quantify something, I have to turn some information into a number. When I quantify something, I have to turn some information into a dollar. So I can literally write the word, let's say 100, right? I just wrote that. It's a word. It's information. It's legible. You can read it, right? But I can also quantify this word 100 in the form of numbers or dollars. So when I'm saying you need to quantify success, what I'm saying is you need to take all of the other components that help describe your success, but you have to add to it the dollar amount or the number, the numerical value of success. Because if there are certain things I want to do for my family, right? If there are certain things I want to do for my church, if there are certain things I want to do for my health, if there are certain things I want to do for my community, I'm not even in the four things you need to succeed yet. I'm just showing you why success, period, is important for you to have a clear definition and description for. So let's say there's some things I want to do for my family, things I want to do for my church, things I want to do for my health, things I want to do for my community. Well, it's fine for me to want to do these things. But if I decide that upon accomplishing all these things, this is going to be my version of success, right? That's how we describe success in most cases. We say, listen, if my family is good, if my church is taken care of, if my health is good, if my community is good, then guess what? This is my version of success. But the only thing that we don't do is we don't give this some quantified value. But it does have value, because if your family is living under a bridge, can't eat every day, or not able to basically take care of the fundamental necessities, will you check that box and say your family is good? Or will you check the box and say your family is good if they got a roof over their head, they got some food to eat, they got clothes on their back? Well, even if it's not the biggest roof, even if it's not the best clothes, even if it's not the best food, it still takes a quantifiable value of a number, of a dollar amount, to provide any roof, right? To provide any clothes, unless you building your own house in the woods, or unless you just taking, wool skin and sheep skin and just sewing your own clothes. But even then, you still have to have a quantifiable value. How many pieces of wool you need? How many sheep do you need? How many gator skins do you need? You get what I'm saying? So I'm just showing you that when we talk about success, let's not be so biased in our own beliefs, because it's not like we're ignorant. We're biased in our own beliefs that we do not quantify success. We just qualify success with information. Well, my success is my family's good. My success is my church taken care of. My success is all my kids are straight, and my wife is happy, and my siblings are good, and my grandma, they straight. My success is my community loves me, and I got good relationships. Yeah, but there's some quantifiable value to it, okay? So I want you to at least start working towards not being biased when it comes to success, and being okay using success and equating it to some quantity. It's okay to do that. A lot of people feel like, oh man, I'm wrong if I'm putting a certain number to success, or if I'm putting a certain dollar amount to success. Not really. How are you wrong? Just because you got information that you want to quantify into numbers and dollars, you're wrong? No, I want to know that my success in my family, to be able to take care of them, has a value. It has a numerical value. It may have a dollar amount. What does it take for me to successfully be there for my family? What does it take for me to successfully be there for my church? What does it take for me to successfully be healthy? What does it take for me to successfully serve my community? And whatever that number is, or that dollar amount is, if I'm able to hit it and even pass it to provide what I want to provide for those different groups of people, places, or things, then I can check the box of, man, that's my success. But at least I'm able to qualify it. I know what it looks like, and I quantified it because I have a dollar amount. So I would love for you to take some time and really just do the math on, wow, if I had to quantify my success, if I had to put a dollar amount to my success, like what if you had to do that? What would your success look like? What would your success look like if you had to put a dollar amount to your success? So let me give you four things you need to succeed. Just my four things. Maybe they're not important to you, but I'm gonna just give them to you anyway. It's Friday. We probably gonna have a short day today. We gotta get up out of here. We got a lot of things going on today. Four things you need to succeed. Number one, you need goals, and those goals need to be qualified and quantified. All right, I want you to write that down. Number one, you need goals. You need goals. There's one saying that goes like this. If you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's how it goes. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I define goals as dreams with plans. So when you think about goals, I want you to think about your dreams that you put plans to. So if you fail to plan, if you fail to take your dreams and put plans with those dreams so that those dreams can actually become a reality, if you fail to do that, you've already planned to fail. So the first thing you need to succeed is you need goals. You gotta have goals. Like, one of the best blessings I could have provided for myself is the ability to not just come up with, but write down and rehearse over and over again, and in most cases on a day-to-day basis or several times a day. This is the best blessing I could have given myself, and that is the ability to, or the willingness to take my dreams, write them down, speak them, and to just go over them over and over again until they became a reality to my mind, so that I can see them come to pass in my life and make them my goals. That's one of the biggest blessings you could give yourself. Like, if you ain't got no goals, you probably just waking up every day just doing whatever you think you're supposed to do today. And you might have a couple things that's planned out, but you don't have like these massive plans, and you don't even know what massive actions you need to take on a daily basis because you don't have goals. And so in order to have the right goals, in order for your goals to be right, you got to qualify them goals. That means you got to write everything down that you dream to do. Like, what do you want to accomplish in 2022? Like, think of all the things you want to do in 2022. This is why you need goals. This is the first thing you need to succeed. You need goals, all right? So what do you want to do in 2022? What do you want to accomplish between now and December 31st? What do you want to accomplish? Okay, you want to be full-time in your business? I don't know. Do you want to be able to set your own schedule? Do you want to be debt-free? Do you want to be financially free? Not just debt-free. What is it that you want to accomplish? And so you need to write all the things that you want to accomplish this year. There may be some things you want to accomplish in your life personally. What are those things that you want personally? You need to write them down. Well, I want my kids to be happy. I want my wife to be happy. I want a new car. I want to move. I want to save a little money. I want to go on a vacation. Those are the things you want to do personally. But then you need to think about, what do you want to do professionally? What do you want to do professionally? Like, it's certain things that you want to do professionally. Do you want to change your career? Do you want to find a new vehicle to get in? Do you want to figure out a new way to make money? Do you want to start a side hustle? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to grow in your business? And then you need to think about, what do you want to do financially? Remember, I'm always trying to figure out anything that I want to do in my personal life, anything I want to do in my professional life, whether it's a career or a business or ministry. I always want to turn them into a dollar amount. What is it going to take for me to do these things personally? I need to know what that dollar amount is. What is it going to take for me to do those things professionally? How much money is it going to take for me to be able to live the quality of life I want to live and to accomplish these things? Because once I write all those things down that I want to do, that means I have qualified my goals. But then the next step is, I want to quantify those goals, because if I take all the things I want to do, and if I do the math on them and I realize, oh, okay, it's going to take me $65,000 to do all those things this year. Let's just say, for example, to go on vacation, to help one of your children, to move and relocate, to get you a new car, to trade the one you got in, to put $15,000 up, to pay off 3 or 4 of your credit cards. Let's say if it takes $65,000. So what did I do? I took my goals, I qualified them, right? And then I quantified, because I put a dollar amount to my goals. So now I not only know what my goals are and what I want to accomplish, but I see the dollar amount that it's going to take. Now I can start doing the math to figure out, wow, if this is how much I need to do all these things that I say are my goals, how am I going to get that 65,000? Because it ain't just about the money, right? It's about me accomplishing my goals. This is where we have to understand success. Nobody's that's successful just chasing money. They're chasing a dream. They're chasing things that they want to accomplish because they know there are certain people that they want to help. So let's say if it's 65,000. Well, if you say, well, you know what, I'm gonna just start this in March because it's almost the end. Well, it's the 11th of February, right? So let's say if you started in March. Well, I'm gonna take $65,000 and I'm gonna divide that by what? By what? Is that 10 months? March through December? So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna divide this by 10 months. I'm gonna see, man, how much money do I need every month between March and December just to fit my goals if I have a $65,000 total goal. So 65,000 divided into 10, that's $6,500 I need to make every month. But again, once you get used to doing math and you start quantifying everything you want to do, it just makes it easier for you to know that, wow, this is the amount of work that I got to do. Now, how am I going to make 65? Well, if you only make $1,500 on your job, or if you only make $3,000 on your job, then you already short. So you know, okay, my job, I'm not going to be able to work 2 jobs of the same to make $6,500. I would have to work, 4 or 5 of these jobs at $1,500. So that means I got to find a new vehicle. I got to find another business to get in. I got to find another product, another service to sell. I have to figure out what is the vehicle, or what is the business, or what are the products or the services that I can provide in order to help me make that $6,500. I also got to look at, wow, what type of training do I need in order to get into this business? What type of education do I need to learn these products and services? So it ain't just you having a goal saying, oh, I'm gonna just claim this every day. I'm gonna just read my goals and write them down and I'm gonna make my affirmations. You can do that every day. It don't mean you're gonna reach your goals. What it means is you're just doing that every day. But if you put a dollar amount to those goals and you realize, oh, this is how much money I need to make in this timeline that I gave myself, and this is how much I need to make every month when I break it down for that timeline, now I need to figure out what vehicles can I get in, what businesses can I get in, what products and services can I get in order to hit that goal. And then you got to keep breaking that down with numbers, meaning that I got to look at, okay, in order for me to get into these vehicles, what do I need to learn? How many of these products and services do I need to sell? So let's say if you're going to get into a business that's got certain products, how much are those products? If those products are, let's say, $650 products, well, that means you got to sell 10 of them just to make that a month. What if they $65 products? Well, that means you got to sell 100 of them just to get that a month. What if you have certain services? What are your services? How much are your services? Do you have $500 services? Well, that means you got to sell about 12 of these a month. So now you got to look at these numbers. It's all about numbers, y'all. If you can figure out the math on this stuff, it's going to make it easier, at least for you to know what steps you need to take to move forward. So the first thing you need to succeed is you need goals. Number two, this is a big one. You need, and I know some people don't want to hear this, but you're not one of those people, because that's why you're watching me. You need mentors. You need mentors. Or, you know what? I'm gonna be selfish with this one. I'm gonna get real selfish with this one. You need a mentor, because you don't need a whole lot of mentors. That's some of your problem now. You're listening to too many people. And you listen to a whole lot of people that ain't going nowhere fast. I'm just not listening to nobody who ain't doing nothing. You're just not gonna tell me what to do and how to do it, and you ain't doing it. You're not believable. Nobody can be believable if they're trying to tell me about something and they ain't doing it. Oh, here's what you can do to do this, and if you do that, you're gonna get this. And I'm thinking, have you done it? No, I ain't did it. So you don't know how it works. Well, studies show. Ain't no doggone study show. I need more than just study show. I need to know what you can show. So you need a mentor. All those things you have in your goals, they should connect you to the right mentor. See, I have a spiritual mentor. I have a spiritual covering. I have somebody that literally like pours into me regularly. Of course, I got my wife. I sit up under her preaching every week, twice a week. I have one of my spiritual sisters that I sit under and listen to her preach to me twice a week. So I get fed a whole lot through the week, but it's only 2 people. It's three. It's my spiritual mother, my sister, and I have a couple other spiritual mothers that I listen to, but on a day-to-day basis, it's not like I'm listening to like 50 people spiritually. No, because I know some people may have a lot of good things to say, but it's not for me. This is the purpose of having a mentor. This is the purpose of being under the right people, leadership. But guess what? When it comes to business, I have a business mentor. I'm a part of a mentoring and a coaching program. And guess what? If that person doesn't give certain people a voice, I'm not listening to different people. Now, I may have to get information from other people for certain things, whether it's about technology or about law or about accounting or about, certain transactions that require other people, lenders and so forth and so on. But I'm saying like my overall goals need to be fueled by somebody that can mentor me, that can keep me moving in that direction that I want to go. So you need a mentor. Here's what you need to think about with mentoring. The first thing is, and I didn't make this up, one of my mentor's proteges that he gives the stage and the mic to brought it up in one of our boot camps. And when he said it, I was like, oh my God, it's powerful. And it's actually, once I started studying it, I realized that it's actually a business principle that a lot of, sophisticated business schools and circles teach. And here's what he said. He said, you need to learn how to mimic your mentor. You need to learn how to model your mentor so that you can master the life of your mentor. Think about that. Ooh, that's cold, y'all. Man, I'm giving y'all some game right there. And I realize I do that by default. Like when I find somebody and I start following somebody, I'm like all in. Like I've been working on some new programs that I'm gonna be adding to my Millionaire Blueprint within the next couple days. And I've been working on my licensing program because we're having our first licensee training on the 28th of this month, right here in our headquarters. And so there's some legal, technical, like real advanced, sophisticated things that I've been working on getting correct so that I can provide this value to my clients and to my students. And I was, like moving around, getting information, gathering information, and then I ran across the right person who had the right information because it was in alignment with other things that are important to me. And so once I got locked into that person, like for 3-4 days straight, I just been like gone, just brain dumping on every book, every blog, every vlog, every video, every training module. I've been buying their information, just getting it all because I'm like, I need it all. So I like to mimic that mentor. A lot of people don't like mimicking people, especially when we come out of our community. Like some of us, we come from communities where it's like, man, ain't nobody trying to be like you. Everybody want to be themselves and prove to everybody that they got their own individuality. But in business, that can harm you. It can harm you in business when you trying to be so independent. You want to do you. Everybody that I hear use those same, like lame, statements where I'm just doing me. I'm going to do it my way. Well, go ahead and let's see how far you go. Some people might make it. Some people don't. Most people don't when they do it because they refuse to just find a mentor and just mimic that mentor. Do what they doing. What exactly are they doing? Don't mean you got to be them. It don't mean you got to act like them. It don't mean you got to not be yourself. You can mimic who they are and what they do in business, in success. We're not talking about in life, just in terms of their personality. But you mimic them and then you start modeling them. You got to take on a lot of those nuances and really grab the cadence of how they operate and flow and move when it comes to business. Warren Buffett did it. Warren Buffett did it with his mentor. His mentor, Warren Buffett had a mentor. All of these guys and gals have mentors. People don't get to where they are by themselves. I mean, to some extent they do because they have to do it, but they mimic and model individuals until they master what they have mimicked and modeled. And a lot of times in mastering their mentors, they become masters to the point that they create certain ways that other people can mimic and other people can model. So you need a mentor. You need a mentor. Like you need a coach, a consultant. You need somebody that's helping you on a day-to-day basis. And I always hear the same thing from some people who don't understand the power of mentoring. They always use money as an excuse. Well, somebody just told me that last week. I know they meant well, but when they said it to me, I was like, this is why you where you are. This is why you're not winning. Like somebody literally told me, I can't afford you. They was like, I see what you're doing, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't afford you. You too high. Your price is too high. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't want somebody like you anyway. Seriously. Because you already got the wrong mindset. You don't understand the value of being able to take what somebody else has done in an 18-year window or however many year window. Like I get mentoring from people who've been in ministry for 30, 40, 50 years, or who've been in business for 30, 40 years. I've been an entrepreneur full time for 18 years, me and my wife. But we get information from people. My business mentor, he's been in business, 30 something years? So you can't put a dollar amount on that. You know the stuff this person has learned? You know the stuff I've learned in 18 years? And again, you just look at my scoreboard. You just look at where my success is and you determine, is that considered successful? Because if I'm just around here saying, well, I ain't got no money, my business ain't really doing nothing, I don't have no numbers to show anything of substantial value, but I'm a good guy. I ain't who I used to be, so that's success. Well, that's not enough for you to mimic, model, and master to get further up the financial road or the economic road or the entrepreneurship road. So you need a mentor. Here's the last point I want to make on the mentor, okay? This is why mentorship is so important. And this finna go over some people's head. This gonna go over some people's head. Oh my God, I'm giving y'all some of this Friday juice. Okay, somebody put that in the comments for me. If you're watching, I want you to put that in the comments for me right there. I want you to put that in the comments for me. Here is why you need a mentor. You need a mentor because proximity is currency. You just missed it. I say you need a mentor because proximity is bada bing, bada boom, currency. Proximity is currency. So if you have a mentor, the closer you get to your mentor, the better the proximity you have to your mentor. Because if your mentor gives you the ability to mimic, model, and master a level of success that you want to pursue for your own life, and you get close to that mentor, guess what happens? Your proximity becomes currency. That becomes your currency. So whatever the costs are that you have to pay to get a mentor, you should be looking at it as an investment into proximity, because proximity is currency. So all you're doing is taking $1 and you're converting it into another type of dollar, because this dollar is going to be more valuable than that dollar. So you hold on to a dollar that is not connected to a mentor. When if you put that dollar with a mentor, that dollar is converted into a different type of dollar, because it has more value, because it's giving you proximity. Oh my God. Some people rather hold on to money, they'll hold on to their own little pride and ego, when all they got to do is find the right person to help them get to where they're going so they can move up the road quicker. So that's number 2. You need a mentor. Let me give you 4 so I can get it going, because I got to go. I got to go. I got things to do. Number 3, the third thing you need to succeed. You definitely need this. You need systems and processes. Hey, Kelly, how has those systems and processes helped you? Just learning them and understanding them. Don't it change the game?
Yes,
Drastically. It changes the game. Once you start learning them systems and processes, it's like, you see what we were doing that today. We had how many systems? 1, 2, 3. We opened up 3 systems, but we was reconciling. It was 3 systems. But because we was working on, me and my sister, we was doing some reconciling, and while we reconciling these specific accounts, we had to use 3 different systems. We had to use 3 different systems to reconcile just one person's account, because that one account was connected to three different systems. So I'm just showing you how we wouldn't have been able to do that if we didn't understand the importance of systems. But then there are certain processes. So for example, when you go to this system, what is the process? What is the process? What do you do when you go to that system? When you go to this system, what do you do? When you go to this system, what do you do? So if you're going to be successful, if you're going to be able to quantify your success with numbers and dollars, you need systems and processes. You just can't, you cannot. And guess what? Even if you're not in business, just in your own personal life, you still need systems and processes. Like there should be a system and a process to what you do in your own personal life. There should be a system and a process to what you do in your professional life. There should be a system and a process. If you're a ministry, if you're a pastor, there should be systems and processes for your ministry, for your business, of course. And if you do all 3, like I do all 3, I got a personal life. I run a nonprofit organization or a church-controlled charter, right? And I have a for-profit, a holding company, an organizational enterprise. So that means I need, at all times, I need at least 3 infrastructures for systems and processes that are all separate, but somehow integrate together so that it can be me at the top of the mountain of all those 3, and I'm able to run them. And that's how all of you need to run your life. Your life needs to be set up that way. You need to be at the top, and you should have a mountain of whatever it is that you're doing. So whether you're doing business, whether you're just doing life personally, whether you're doing ministry, or guess what? Maybe you're doing all 3. But all of these systems and processes, that make up every area of your life should all lead up to you. But you can't do that if you don't have the right systems and processes. So what are some of the systems and processes you need? Well, I do a lot of teaching in my Millionaire Blueprint and in my mentorship program. So let's just say that you decided to take advantage of our Millionaire Blueprint and you get access to it. What are some of the systems you're going to learn in that Millionaire Blueprint? Well, you're definitely going to learn about my top 5 corporate systems. I do a lot of teaching on that. You're going to learn about those top 5. You're going to learn about the CEO. That's a corporate role that has systems. The CSO, the chief, I'll come back to it. The CMO, the CFO, and the COO. So those are like my top 5 corporate systems. So this is the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Sales Officer, Chief Marketing, Chief Financial, Chief Operations. I don't care what type of company you have. And the truth is, I don't even care if you don't have a company or a ministry. Your life probably has these systems because there's an operation to your life, to your ministry, to your business. There are financials that you have to make sure that you're managing. Marketing. You like, how am I marketing myself or my life? Well, you got to be somebody in order for people to like you, even in business or ministry. Sales, this is sales or revenue, and this is the executive. So every household, every business, every ministry has these 5 systems operating, even if you don't call them that. They're operating. And guess what? All of these systems come down to processes. So in order for the executive system of your business to function, your executive system needs processes. Your sales, your marketing, your financials, your operations, each one of those have to actually exist in order for you to succeed. So guess what? You need systems and processes. And last but not least, the 4th thing you need to succeed is, number 4, you need study habits and schedules. You gotta have that. You gotta have that. Like, you just can't succeed if you're not a student. I don't understand it. And maybe it ain't for me to understand. I think this is one of the reasons why I'm starting to go back to just consulting clients and get out of coaching and mentoring people. It's really one of the reasons why. I just told my personal assistant yesterday that I'm probably going to be ending our mentorship program. It's just, for me, I'm a consultant. I'm a nuts and bolts kind of person. I'm really black and white, no nonsense. I could be rough around the edges. I'm very hard on myself. I have a high standard and a low tolerance for just crap. And seriously, I just can't wrap my mind around the fact that someone wants to be successful financially, whoever it is. Someone wants to be successful in business, whoever it is. Someone wants to have any level of freedom economically, whoever it is. And they are unwilling to study. They're unwilling to learn. Like, I've never been to college. I don't have a college degree. Every degree and every certificate, everything that's on my wall in my office or in my, 3-ring binder or in my, flash drive, that's a certificate or a degree or something. It came as a result of what I personally self-educated myself on. It's not like I went and sat in a college for 6 years to get that degree. It's not like I sat under the tutelage of somebody for 18 years and came out from up under them. No, I just got it from the mud, okay? I came straight from the trap house into the church house, started reading the Bible, And once I started reading the Bible, it was really me reading the Bible that helped me realize how gifted I was to not just read, but to process information. Reading the Bible taught me that. Because before I was saved, before I became a Christian, I don't even know if I read like that. You know, I might have read a couple books in jail or something. You know how they give you them old books in jail when they come through? They come through with the little cart and they let you just grab a book or two for the week. I might have read 1 or 2 pages in some novel or something, but for the most part, I wasn't a reader. I never read. But then when I got saved and I became a Christian, it was like I gravitated to reading the Bible. And I started reading that Bible. We're talking about 25 years ago now. We ain't talking about last week. 25 years ago. I've been saved since 1997. I'm like one of them old school saints now. I've been saved that long. But once I started reading the Bible, I was like, oh my God, it's like my eyes opened up, my brain opened up. And I didn't even know I was that gifted. I'm not even gonna say intelligent. I didn't know I had the ability to read and to contain and hold that much information and then be able to keep it over long periods of time and to process it to where it made sense to me, that I understood it, I got it. And I just kept doing it and kept doing it. And that just led to me taking that same gift, that same asset, that same God-given ability, and I started using it for like learning about business and finances and entrepreneurship and investing and real estate and all this stuff. And I started doing that and realized, man, it works over here too. And I just became a junkie. I'm still that way. I'm a junkie. Not a day. I promise you this. My wife, we live together. And my personal assistant, my team, they around me every day anyway too. They'll tell you, not a day go by that I ain't studying. If you took my phone and just opened my phone up at any time, I guarantee I got, let me see how many windows. You see all these windows I got open? I got all these windows. I got 20 over probably 20 windows open, and most of those windows are windows to either courses that I'm learning from, books that I'm reading. Every time I go get in my car and cut the car on, I got an audio book on, unless I'm just jamming off some of my gospel hip hop because I just want to be a trapper for a few minutes. But my point to you is this. Your fourth thing that you need to succeed is, man, you need study habits. You need study habits. I wish entrepreneurs could just learn that. When me and my sister was sitting down going through some accounts today, I was showing her how there are a few people that have access to my Millionaire Blueprint, and they're crushing it. They're on there like almost every day, just learning and learning and learning. And guess what they're doing? They're mimicking, they're modeling, and mastering what me as a mentor is providing for them. And guess what? You could do the same thing, but you got to be willing to study. And guess what? You need schedules. You got to start filling in the white space of your day. If all you doing is just goofing off all day, you wasting time, all you do is talk on the phone, scroll social media sites, get in everybody's business, complain about life, or if you just sitting twiddling your thumbs, hoping, wishing, and praying that somehow you hit the lottery tomorrow, or somebody call you and tell you that God told them to give you $100,000, like all that stuff. It may be possible, but what if none of that happens? I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to study, and you're gonna have to start working your schedule. Every minute of every hour of every day that God gives you, you're going to have to figure out how to squeeze it together to move you towards what you are studying to become. So those are my 4 things you need. And again, all of this information that I teach about goal setting, about systems, sales, marketing, financial tax strategies, business systems, holding companies, real estate investing, all of these things that I teach on becoming a millionaire, they're all in my Millionaire Blueprint. This is an online business and financial wealth building system that we have. I would love for you to reach out to me today so that we could talk to you more about what our Millionaire Blueprint is about. If you would like to know more about it, just feel free to text. I'm going to give them your number. Text Millionaire to 404-478-7213. You could text that word millionaire to that number right there, and we will talk to you today about how we can get you signed up to start studying, to start learning, to start building your life to become a blueprint millionaire today. We also have a millionaire mentorship program in which I just told you I'm thinking about just pulling it. I've been telling my team this for a couple of days. I might pull it because I don't even know if I don't even know the direction I'm going with my licensing program. I really want to train trainers. I really want to show consultants and coaches how to become better consultants and coaches. That's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. That's why I'm excited about my upcoming licensing and business coaching and consulting training that I'm going to be doing on the 28th. So if you're interested in becoming a certified coach and consultant, which means that you want to learn how to be a real coach, how to be a real consultant, how to provide that service to your clients, and if you would also like to use all of our curriculum, all of our programs, like our Millionaire Blueprint, so that you'll be able to sell it and make money off of it and monetize it and repurpose it to make your programs and your services better, I want you to reach out to me. You can text the word certify to this number right here. If you text certify to that number, we'll have a conversation with you about what our licensing program is. And it's really a partnership. And it's going to be a very, very, very lucrative partnership because I'm showing you, like, out the gate, how to make at least 6 figures. Like, period. I'm showing you that out the gate. I've got one product in my whole inventory. I got one product that I can show you that you can sell as a licensee, and that one product will definitely make you $100,000 this year. And it's February. I guarantee I can show you that. Period. If you're willing to learn what I'm teaching and put what I'm giving you to work, you don't even have to have a product. You don't even have to have any service. You could use just one of my products as a licensee, because you're going to be getting most of the revenue as a licensee. There's only a small revenue share percentage, which is a 10% revenue share. But I could show you one product. Let me see how many of those products you would have to sell in order to make $100,000 in a year. So let's say 10 months we have let me see, $100,000 divided by 76. Okay, so that would be 10. So that means oh wow. So that means all you would have to sell is 7 products a month. I have the product. I got the product. I got one product. You don't have to do nothing with the product. All you have to do is just sell it. If you sell 7 of these a month, you'll make $100,000 by December 31st. That's how bad it is. I told you, once I heard this billionaire say this statement, it changed my life. This billionaire said, if you want to be a billionaire, figure out how to make more millionaires. I was like, once I become one, if I can document it and duplicate it and just share that with people, we'll be off for the races. So I can show you with one of my products, not product, I'm gonna just say one product. I can show you with one product that you don't even have to touch. One product, how you could make $100,000 a year, but you gotta be a licensee. You got to be in business with me. You got to be my partner. I dare you to text certified to that number. I love y'all. I'll see y'all Monday right here on the Ramon